Right. Let's turn on cam link 4K. Make sure this is set there. Okay. Oh man. A crazy week. Let's see who shows up first. Alright, this also I want to turn down this one just a little bit. Hey, what's up, Butters? What's up, Mike Dude? What's up, FNaF Dan? What's up, Mr. Chug Splash? What's up, Alex? Alright, just for this one, I'm going to turn this one. Alright, there's going to be some overlapping audio on this. Okay. Gator Golf. How am I doing? Doing alright. How about you? Beating ruin while juggling. That may be a little bit later. Let me see if I can increase the font size here. Doesn't look like I can, so I'm going to be straining to read this. I don't know how I can change that. All messages are visible. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. Cool. Save state. Ruin max mode when? When the difficulty is added. Alright. So, Gator Golf. I'm actually going to go 2 through 8, and then I'll go back to 1, but there's going to be overlapping audio, so audio pretty good for you all, hopefully. Alright, so I'm skipping that one. Let's see. Let's decrease my DPI. Yeah. Actually, let's do this. There. Alright, now I want to move a little bit to the left. Full strength, and now. Lovely. Keep moving my mouse, I'm not thinking right. Here. Now. Yep. Alright, so that's hole 2. You just aim a little bit to the left. I wait until that big block is just a little bit in. Then I go full power. This one's going to be a 16. Am I right in front of the... I am right in front of the meter. Hey, what's up, the lonely monkey? Hold up a second. Let me move my camera so I'm not messed up here. Here. Come on. Thank you. Alright. You even trying to get a hole in ones? Yeah, I can show you 8 of them. I'm going to work on the 9th. Alright, so I'm going to go 16 here. 3, 9, and then... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 16 right here. So that's... I call that the Sweet 16 strat on this one. So that one's pretty good. Alright. I just missed that. No, I'm lined up. Oh, it's too early. That may not matter. Okay, we're going back. Alright, alright. There. Yep. Okay, so there's 4. I did figure out hole 6, so I'll show you that. Here, you just want to go basically to that point right there. I'm just going to barely come back and go in. When IRL Monty Golf, you got to ask Scott about that one. Alright, so this one right here, there is a point right here. You see that arrow? It's like 2/3, 3/4 of the way up the meter. So I'm going to move just a little bit over so that white spot is covered. I'm going to go full strength. I might need a few tries on this. Yeah, that wasn't strong enough. Try it one more time. Or how many ever times I need. Alright, here. Still wasn't enough. Okay. Come on. I don't want to zoom out. Default zoom on this one. There. Come on. Well, so much for having hole 6 figured out here. There, one more pixel in. How about that? No, it's still not doing it. It's definitely lined up. I'm gonna go to this point then. That's not what I lined it up as before, but that's way too strong. I didn't even need to jump on that one though. That's kind of cool. All right, unintentional. Okay, so I'll do that next time. So there's like a white spot up top. You just line that up there. I'll have to do that again. Yeah, let's do that again. All right, so you go beyond that, and you go to that right there. Yes. Just let it go. No? Oh, lame. All right. Try that again. Why is it inconsistent? There, that's what I want, kind of. I did have to jump that time. Am I on the FNaF movie? I'm on the wall. I play Wallboy Afton. I think that's the official name. There, and I want to line this up so I'm like here, 10.5. And once I'm here, yeah, people are gonna watch PGA 2K21 when I play that, right? Can I teach you how to juggle? All my juggling balls are in my car. I could go get those, but let's see. This one. It's about like that. And then 16.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and about a half there. Oh, that's no good. Oh boy. Oh, it's way too strong. Good. What the heck? How did that happen? All right. Here. Super sensitive. There now. That's still not it. It's not gonna get there. Wow. Oh, that's what I get for not playing for about a week. All right, here we go. Stronger. There. That's looking, was looking better. Just dead stop. Sometimes if you land on the ground, it'll just completely reject and bounce the opposite direction. That's one thing with this engine that I'm just not really sure why it does that. That's unfortunate. What am I aiming for though? There. Hold on, let me, here. Riveting gameplay. Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, if they extend this to something like Golf with Your Friends, that would actually be pretty cool. Was it 16 and collection? Wow, what? Alright, let's redo that. Let's play by instinct here. See, I'm trying to get it so I can do it the same way every time. Let's point toward that. See that grid marker that keeps on moving? Great. Here. That's definitely not it. Or is it? Alright, there. That's not it either, but that's actually going to go in. That's a new way of doing it. Alright. Okay. Taking note, another way of doing that. So now the nightmare. Alright, alright. Here. So there's a yellow spot right here. And if you go like this far, somewhere around there, and then you jump. Oof. Not quite like that. Ooh, look how close that was. It's something like that. And let me turn down the volume just a little bit because it's going to overlap. Like anytime I start hole one, it's going to overlap and play double, triple, quadruple, all that. So let's go to this spot right here. Go a little bit less strength here. Man. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Because if you go too far to the left, it's going to reject your shot. If you don't go hard, if you don't go hard enough in the paint, then you're going to get rejected like that too. So it's got to bounce off one, not bounce off that pipe. But your guide is basically where those little ridges are, the curvy ridges. All right. So if I go a little bit to the left, which is kind of where I want to end up, there, I'll probably get rejected by the pipe. Yeah. So that's the unfortunate thing. Why did the wait, I'm in the credits? I'm in the credits? What? Why would I be in the credits? I don't know, that'd be silly. That would be silly. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go 1 pixel to the right here. I'm gonna go at this level power. Woo! Man, that's so close. It's got to knock off an edge, though, in order to kill the momentum. Either that or I'm going to have to find a way to bounce off of the gear, which is another possibility. I could try that. Let's see. So, what am I aiming for? Maybe like here. So probably this purple thing. And then I want to go a lot more strength. Just get rejected by the gear. Special thanks to DJ Sturf. What? Huh? Wait, I'm in the credits? Really? Yeah, I'm not William Afton the movie. I'm Wallboy Afton. I actually, I'm like invisible the whole time. I'm basically like the Loch Ness Monster, and I jump scare people the entire movie, but I'm invisible and silent, so you can't really tell unless you pay attention, I think. But Wallboy Afton, Wallboi. I'm just on the wall on the Employees of the Moth poster. Wallboy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Wallboy, but with an I. You finished the game. Maybe. At the end of the credits. Man, I guess I gotta check the end of the credits. That'd be crazy. Cupcake, yeah. That's okay. I'm still 40 years old. You don't have to be there for my birthday stream. Employees of the Mafia because the N fell off. So that scene is in the trailer. So if you go to the one on Universal Pictures, there's several on there, 35 seconds in or so. There's that poster you see, like the pixelated, the potato quality picture of all that. That's not the main focus of it at all, but it was a cool gesture by Scott to have some of us in this one. And it's a 3-movie series, so I'm expecting that will fill out, and you'll probably see some other YouTubers and all that. You see Corey Kenshin in as the cab driver too, so that was really cool. I think the deal was, though, this was a very time-sensitive thing, and basically if you didn't get the email and reply within about a day, or maybe even less than that, then you missed the deadline. So in the case of some people not being on the wall, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten an email if I just had to theorize, and that was probably just a matter of them not answering their emails or being too busy or having, being too popular, too popular, because I get emails all the time from like either work or whatever, but it's not nearly to the scale as what, like, let's say Matt Pat got. Matt Pat thought it was Gerard, the completionist. And I'm like, yeah, it's the completionist. I'm kind of a completionist anyway, I guess. So, all right. I think this is probably gonna be the route, but man, this is gonna be a pain. It's gonna take a lot of luck. I can't finish hole 1, otherwise it's gonna register as 2 or whatever I end up at. This is gonna be a pain. This is gonna be a big pain. Here, and then let's go less strength. Would that make any sense at all? No, it wouldn't actually. Let's go to this. It's too strong. Ooh. Okay. Markiplier, I don't... Markiplier was on the stream, and I think he might have, like, violated some... I don't know. Anyway. I like the part on Markiplier's playthrough where he said, "Special thanks, DJ Sturf. And nobody else." That was funny. Yes, I know why I'm in the credits. It was a lot of time. That's the reason why I got off YouTube for a while. I couldn't afford the time to make YouTube videos through that point. Like, I'm good about not leaking stuff, but so I trust myself. It's just, it was so much time to go through stuff. So how many bugs did I find? Over 2,200. They hired in some QA studios and such as well, so I don't know if I was put on the project because Scott thought I was, thought that the project was behind, but anyway, I go through that on the extended walkthrough, but I know it's a lot of video. Not all of you are going to watch that. Yeah, and Steel Wool is definitely growing. Well, the thing is, though, like, not all the bugs are fixed, too, so a lot of the... Like, if I watch a playthrough and something that I reported months ago is still in the game, I'm kind of more like, I mean, come on. But I know they're busy, and they had a lot to fix, and they went through a whole lot. The game is a whole lot better than it was when I first saw it in late March, so... it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm trying to be the fast track to finding all the bugs and such, but some of the skips were left in that I thought should have been fixed, and you can see speed runs now, like just exploiting the mess out of them. So one was relatively new with the ladder and that threshold. Ooh, that was pretty close. All right, what's up, Blonde Freak Gaming? Quick question, DJ Sturf, if I may. Am I gonna speedrun the game? Probably at some point. I mean, I didn't want to do that right away either. That's not exactly fair. All right, let's see. So I would have shown everyone all the skips and secrets and such. There was one in Fazer Blast that was worse than what people have now and much more reliable, but you can't go to where you want to go with the skip that still exists in it. There's another skip that also exists where you jump over an invisible threshold, and I showed that during the extended playthrough. That one is really reliable, like very easy to work, but let's see. So several skips are still left in there that are pretty severe. But anyway. Oh, too far that direction. Too far to the right. Alright, let's see. What if I leak stuff without Steel Wool knowing? I have to live with myself. That's another thing. How is Scott doing? I think he's doing pretty well. He's in good spirits. Hey, what's up, Caleb? Alright, so at one point you put on the Vanny mask and an arcade cabinet appears. At the end of the game, you collect 7 Faz tokens. What if you get the 7 tokens, then go back to the arcade? You can only see with the mask. Which area are you talking about? Your logic is you use Faz tokens in FNaF 6. That would be cool. So if you go back to, let's say, what the daycare is what you're talking about, where the arcade machines are active with the Faz tokens. Because you can recollect the coins at any time, so if you spend them, you can recollect them. But Candy Cadet is only a one-time trip, so you use the coins on Candy Cadet. The thing that I was curious about, you used to be able to collect all the coins, including the one in Bonnie Bowl, and you can't collect that one in Bonnie Bowl anymore. So technically, you can only end up with 6 at the end of everything. You can spend 6 and recollect 5. So I don't know why that was changed, but that was. And that was probably when I was out joggling up in Indiana. Cupcake, yeah, maybe less trouble than you think, but I mean, I'm not going to. When am I copying the new Cassie Tesla? I still have the steering wheel over there, so I mean, I can pull that out, but oh man. How many hours of attempts did it take you to beat 50-20 for the first time? I had 32 hours on my game, so that's from scratch. But I mean, I was helping. I was carrying the weight of, I don't know, anyway. If you know the story of what went on, I mean, I was not just going to complete the game. Yes, 32. I know that's not impressive for today's standards. It's like all the strategies are known. But yes, I think Remery had 96. Daco had a whole lot. I think it was more like the 120-hour mark. But there were a lot of messages to Daco because I was trying to help him through. I was trying to get him to be first, but anyway, it's okay. All right, here. Wow, that didn't work. I still think it's probably going to be this, and I just got to get the strength exactly right. So if I go a little bit weaker, it's probably not going to... Yeah, it's not going to reach. Can I bounce it off one more? Would that make any sense? Not really. Man, like this has got to be the route. Let's go 1 pixel over. Here. Ooh. Ooh. A previous chapter. Previous chapter. Which chapter are you talking about, Caleb? Butters, I mean, I've done a lot of behind the scenes stuff, like when MatPat and Daco and Markiplier are on their Freddy in Space 2 game, and they're like, yeah, the man behind the scenes. It's kind of fun. I see things that would be like, okay, this would be cool if this happens, and then I try to take care of that. Let me try a different strategy completely. So I'm going to go 16 on this. Oh, I didn't jump. Whoops. Ah, that's not going to do it. Oh, heck. Alright, that's not what I was expecting. XX, thank you. It's really cool watching your walkthrough. It was interesting seeing the process of finding bugs and how much really goes into it all. Yeah. Why are there extra coins in the first place? That's a good question. I think there's a little bit of grace. Oh, you can miss one and you can still get the full dialogue. Is Kenny get at 5 coins or 6? I think it's still 6. It was definitely 6 for a long time. It might be 5 now, but I wasn't paying attention on that run. You can only see it with the mask on. Not Chica's Feeding Frenzy or Gator Golf Back 9. If you know the chapter, that might clue me in a little bit. Hey, what's up, Spooter Motion? Chapter 6? Okay, so Chapter 6, we're talking Roxy Raceway Part 1, yeah? Do I know about the new strat for FNaF 2? Zach Scream came out with that, right? Like, it was the, like, glitch, the cam and cam stall several of the wizards, right? I need to do that at some point. Chapter 5, so we're talking Glamrock Salon and log rides, yeah? Oh, you're talking about Princess Quest 3. No, Princess Quest 1. Yes. Okay. Am I in the right spot? Princess Quest 1. Yes. If you're talking about the back room of Roxy, the Glamrock Salon. Well, I guess it's a difference of view in that one, so... I just did a run and looked for a cabinet that only appears with a mask on. When will Cassie turn into a car? Well, at least you're watching some of the steering wheel footage. Like, I got the steering wheel for that, and it was just very disappointing with the number of views, and I'm like, oh well. Well, let's finish this out and skip hole 1. How about that? So we'll finish with an 8. That's coming in hot. Alright, we're good though. If you finish there, I finished with an 8, so I got 0 because I didn't do that one. Alright, I'll come back to that. And let me turn the volume up on the game again, and my DPI settings. There we go. Okay. We should be good here. Are you hearing my air conditioner? Like, is it loud as mess? Because I could turn that off. I could deal with a little bit of warmth, but... Are there other hidden interactable secrets in the game besides the Roxy plush in Chapter 1? There are some other Easter eggs that I was referring to. But not necessarily stuff that you have to spam E for. Let's see, so you saw me juggling and I was in the credits of the game. You saw me juggling. Let's see. Alright, so you want me to go to... Weird question out of nowhere, but were you always a man of faith, or were there a few things that got you there? You'd be comfortable sharing. There's definitely a seriousness change when I was between high school and college. So that was when I started reading scripture for myself and then figuring out what it had to say and kind of viewing the world, seeing what was up. So in terms of, like, when I was young, you know, I grew up with a family of faith too. So I mean, that does play a part into it. So when I was 3, almost 4, I prayed the prayer, but yeah, that was cool and all. So I mean, I think that helped me avoid a lot of things. But in terms of like real seriousness, when I was 17/18, especially when I was 18, yeah, like those are the years where I think I made the faith my own and that type of thing. So, you know, put my trust in Jesus, Yeshua. let's see. Profile 1, you want me to go to chapter 5? Alright, so I do have all the collectibles here, or at least it states that. I should have 7 in my inventory, but I think I have 6. Oh man, it's a big quest. Do I plan to speedrun Ruin in the future? Yeah, I'm planning to do some goofy runs too. I know that's what people wanted to see and all that from that last poll. I'm going to turn my DPI settings up even further. But I think you're referring to this one, right? So Princess Quest, but then you view it in AR, and it looks completely different. But you cannot interact with that. It's not something you can play. You notice that it's cracked as well. If you go over to Chapter 8. So you play Ruin, Profile 1, Chapter Select, Chapter 8. No, it's different. Okay. What is your purpose, if not to make people laugh or make a video game or be a father? There are a lot of different purposes. I mean, life is, to a degree, a blank canvas. But how much you view purpose and destiny or fate or whatever the case, I think everyone does have skills and abilities and, an ideal set of things that they can do. You note with this cabinet, this, I think, is the biggest piece of evidence for the Princess Quest being the canon route for at least this DLC. But you see here, this one's not playable. So I'm spamming E, but this would be the Princess Quest 3 cabinet. And we don't see the Princess Quest 2 cabinet because we don't go to the Superstar Arcade or Superstar Arcade. They call it West Arcade in this game. I think that was the initial game. They just didn't re-voice act it. So I think Andy Field did the West Arcade, and then they didn't have him do Superstar Arcade. But a lot of arcades in the base game, too. Are you talking about Chapter 8? You saw me on Isaac's stream a couple days ago. Isaac's. YouTuber name? Let's see. Isn't the Princess Quest missing from the comic book pages? Yes. So that's another piece of evidence. So if I go to, yeah, actually let me do a continue from chapter 9. This is going to put me at Chase Hill basically. But I will go to my inventory so you can see that. But yeah, that's the thing. Gregory drew all of the comic pages. The one we don't have is Princess Quest. So I pointed that out on the run as well. Run! It's so goofy. Oh man. Alright, so all collectibles. Comic page 1. So this is the start of the escape ending, and this is the end of the escape ending. This is the VIP ending, where Freddy commits arson and rooftop murder. What the heck? I hope that's not canon. We have surprised Vanny, and also there the disassemble Vanny, the 3-panel end portion, so that covers that. You have the van ending, or the car battery ending. I like calling it the van ending, but I know it's on speedrun.com as car battery ending because it's too close to Vanny. You have van and Vanny, I don't know. Something about van, something about rabbits in this series. That's crazy. Gregory is such a wonderful artist. Wow. And the end of the VIP ending, after the car battery restores power to Freddy. You're going to have to use that car battery a whole lot, though. If he was charging every hour on the hour, that's going to be a lot of work. Then we have here what was considered the true ending in the files. What we thought was the Afton ending with the blob as well. So the one we don't have a drawing of from Gregory. If this is truly Gregory drawing, then yeah, Princess Quest would be the only one that wouldn't be drawn. So the presumption there that I'm taking is, at least in this DLC, there's a lot of evidence pointing to the Princess Quest ending being taken for at least this DLC. I would find it interesting if there were multiple DLCs for this. I'm not expecting the next ones to be free because this was, for them, just about a year and a quarter of work. I jumped in the last 3 months or so, but Yeah, that was kind of cray-cray. Note, I do have 7 coins now, too, so I guess it did save all 7. I thought I saw 6 on my playthrough toward the end, but maybe I didn't check. I don't know. I think I did. I think that's right. Maybe it restores all of them after you exit and reload. I don't know. But anyway, that's the drawings. Are you referring to the Bonnie Bowl Arcade? And this is something where I might go back to a previous build with the debug menu. I don't know. Profile 1, Chapter 8. Are you referring to Bonnie Bowl? Or Chapter 7? I'm thinking Bonnie Bowl. Alright, let me go through the comments. Goofy jump scare. Freddy's a criminal. Yeah, I mean, in that ending, for sure. Oh, yeah, the Lonely Monkey. Yeah, I was there on Twitch. No one knows who I am on Twitch, which is kind of fun, so I just go around to streams and just chill, and someone needs a hint or something, and they... You know, I'm trying not to backseat, but it's just like cool if they run into some problems, I'll give a little hint, or... I don't even know. That's for fun. If there's six collectible tokens, there should be 7 total. I thought Candy Cadet used 6, but I might be wrong on that. I know it used to take 6. Can you start from the beginning and just look for it, because I know it's in the early segments. Are you talking about Chapter 2? Let me go to Chapter 2 then. I think you're talking about Chapter 2. Rabbit equals purple. Mexis? What do you think Mexis stands for? Mimic extended endoskeleton security. I don't know. Like, I seriously don't know. Like, they didn't tell me anything about the lore at all. They wouldn't. Sometimes it was frustrating too, because I'm like trying to make it expedient for them. I'm like, okay, well, if this is what you meant, then this is not it. If this is what you meant, then maybe that's it. But yeah, it's stuff like that. I don't know. So they didn't trust me fully in not leaking stuff, but the thing is too, I'm not sure they know. That's the other thing. I'm not sure they fully know. They're not the ones determining the lore, but they did get the direction for sure. I just don't know how much, or there's no one else questioning the 2 extra tokens. I mean, the thing is, it could be a failsafe if you miss 1, or you miss 2 even, but yeah, that it is interesting how there's 1 in Chapter 7, 1 in Chapter 8, and then 5 at the end in Chapter 9 there. They say Bonnie is blue, but I too think that Bonnie is purple. I know the FNaF 1 Bonnie was much more purple than what we see Glamrock Bonnie is. Glamrock Bonnie I would see is more like a... I walked through a big screen and now I'm in Superstar Daycare? No way this is real. That screen was there before I looked at the camera. I swear. Oh, true. Helpy's eyes being yellow. And then the, like, veins or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's coming from the occipital transponder. But yeah, so anytime you see that, I kind of question what the source is on that, you know, if that's coming from an evil source. If I go further, you're gonna have Gregory's dialogue too, so I guess let's go through that. We'll just play the audio.
Where are you? I'm in daycare. Is there a way out of here?
Thanks, Mr. Gibbs, for the $1 donation.
There's a way down the catwalk. Should help you get to the raceway.
Okay, you're talking about these? But yeah, thanks, Mr. Gibbs. That's cool. That pays for Infinity Ruin DLCs. Like, $1 covers infinity of those, because it's free. Thanks for the $2 donation. Thank you. How you doing, Sturf? I'm doing well. I ran in the alumni meet yesterday, and alum won by 1 point, and I was the last point. And I was juggling. So I was joggling. Thanks, Spooter Motion, for the $1. Oh my goodness. But I joggled it. I was very happy with how I did. My heart rate was alarmingly bad, though. Basically, I was pegged at max HR for the last 60% of the race. I guess, I don't know, like that's, usually I pull back a little bit in terms of effort when that happens. Like that doesn't usually happen, but this was just shy of a 2-miler. Your juggling is insane. Thanks, Mr. Gibbs, for the $2 more there. Thank you. I have clips from the juggling World Championships as well. I may make that into a video. I'm not expecting I'm going to get views on that. The thing is, I might as well make a secondary channel and then just post stuff that I know people aren't going to want to watch and be like, cool, let me just post this video. Or I might make one for shorts or something like that. But anyway, I'll let you all know if that happens. You don't think Steel Wool knows the lore? That's Scott's job. Yeah, I mean, I know they don't know it 100%. One thing, it wasn't always MXES. I can tell you that much. It wasn't always that. So when Ray in the interview, I think with Daco, said sometimes they don't know what Scott is talking about and they just kind of put it in the game. I think that's one example. Thanks, Mr. Gibbs. I mean, I could. You don't have to donate every time you comment either. Like, you could just comment. I'll probably see it. But thank you for the donations. Let's see. Did you know that for Withered Foxy in FNaF 2, every 5 seconds, if you have gone 4 more seconds without a flash, not including seconds in blackout, he enters kill mode and kills you? Withered Foxy. I mean, that would make some sense with that meter that you have to cool down with a flash. That's not too surprising. Sturf, can I get a sheesh? Sheesh! How about that? Captain Ravioli, thanks for the $10 donation. Hey, Sturf, hope you're doing well. Keep up the good work. I love your content. Thank you. All right, let's see. Is this... Okay, Caleb, is that what you're talking about for this area, though? Am I under an NDA for this game? No. I didn't sign any NDA at all. It was my own goodwill for not revealing anything during that time. Let's see. But if I go to these cabinets and spam E a bunch, you can see. I don't think any of these are playable. And if they're not, then I missed something. So if that's a hint you were getting at with these, I never had any success with getting any of these to run. There's no. This game has been data mined like crazy as well. I would expect the community to have found something like that. Hey, where are you at? You're all the way down there, aren't you? Party with Mexus. Okay, what is the deal with Ruinborn Afton? Who started that? I saw people posting that, like even Razbowski posted about that. I'm like, okay. But that was not someone named Ruinborn Afton, but I mean, you go with canon names like Golden Freddy, that was also taken as canon names, so maybe in future games you'll see Ruinborn Afton. Oh my goodness. Is that like Reborn, but it's part of Ruin? Thanks, Mr. Gibbs. You inspired me to play FNaF, so thank you. Yeah, these games have quite a range now. So the free roam, yeah, buggy free roam with security breach and less buggy free roam with Ruin. But this is more of a linear experience too. So, what is the best thing about this DLC? I thought that it was a good redemption arc for Steel Wool because Steel Wool made a great game in Help Wanted. I thought they could have gotten rid of the bugs before release, so I wish I would have been able to help with that. Security Breach I thought was disastrously buggy, and it just gave everyone a really bad aftertaste. Really, it was $40 for the game, or 40 plus tax, depending on what you're if you're buying from Best Buy on PS4, PS5, or whatever. And it's just really buggy. I mean, I had a top-notch computer, and that was tearing the mess out of it. But it's a lot better now, but it took a while to get there. I just haven't. I don't know. I go back to the buggy builds though. Like, those are so much fun. So there's that. But the best part of the DLC is it was free, and it was a good experience. That, I mean, in terms of a speedrun, my speedrun on that with no major skips was just shy. I guess you're including the dialogue as well. But it's just shy of the length of the base game on an escape ending. So escape ending was something like 58, 59. Thanks, The Lonely Monkey, for the $5 donation. I appreciate it. Go check out The Lonely Monkey on Twitch. I've been there a few times, just chilling. But I thought it was a good thing. It showed that they really cared, and they really do care about putting out fun experiences for the Five Nights at Freddy's community. Like, they are really passionate about that. Sometimes they don't know how to get there, and so that's where I think I was a big help. There are still definitely a considerable amount of bugs, but not nearly what was was there in March. So they did a lot of work to fix stuff. I wish, however, that I could have worked one-on-one with some of the developers, and I mean, I don't have access to the the developer side blueprint on Unreal, but I'm not expecting that. But if I worked one-on-one with developers and just went on a session, like a bug bash session, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten rid of about 95% of what's left in the bugs just by that. So that's one thing where I think that process could have helped a lot, but it's, I'm an outsider, so, I'm not a Steelwool employee. Buggy security breach is so much more fun than patched. Yeah, I agree. Like 1.04 with the curtain climb, like that mess is so much fun. Yeah, I still have fun with that. And 105 is pretty fun too. I haven't actually played a full run of 1.13 or whatever it is now, so that's another thing. Let me go back to the comments here. Hold on. I wish I could increase the font size. Like, I have to lean in to view this. Like, I have 2015 vision, but I don't know, maybe next time I will make this monitor 1080p instead of 4K and then have that. But OBS's chat does not handle zooming. The other option is I could open a Chrome tab, but that's going to kill frame rate a little bit. The DLC was data mined hours before it released. That's a funny thing. They released the patch with all the DLC content, but it was behind like a "Hey, we're coming soon" wall. It's like, what are y'all doing? So yeah. Hey, Alan. Yeah, coming from the stream of GG Games. Cool. Did GG Games finish? So GG Games had like how many hours was that stream? It was probably like 40 hours. That was crazy. So I stopped in and did some Scribble.io. That was kind of fun. Spooter, glad that helped you progress. Okay, let me catch up. Have I noticed any major game size fluctuations before release that may indicate Steelwool cutting content last minute? Not on this one. Ruin Born Afton was one thing that wasn't cut. Can I explain Mexus Bunny's jump scare? When does he kill us? When does he send animatronics? Each area has a different allowance period, but it's basically a timer, so you don't just spam the mask the whole time. So you have to budget your mask usage. The worst point is in the Glamrock Salon at the scissors node, because you can't turn off that inhibitor doesn't work. And that was one thing I pointed out a few months earlier, and I thought it was a bug. And the other thing is, if that inhibitor is not active, then what is? Like, where is the inhibitor that I can shut off? It doesn't make sense from that perspective. So that's a little bit of a plot hole because of that, but they kept it in. That's, I guess, intentional. But you have to deactivate the node, rush to the cam station, but then Mexus Rabbit appears like right away, which is kind of crazy. And then you can see in the cameras, I think it's there for the effect, that Mexus Rabbit is basically just standing over you most of the time you're in the camera. Then you have to find 4 objects, yeah. Was it 3546? 3546, I think, is that pattern. And find the secret camera before doing that. And then you got to rush to, beat Chica to the 4th node. So it's a little tough. That's the only really tough part of the game outside of maybe Chica's feeding frenzy, but that's not really hard either. You hope there are more updates for patches. There's less incentive for there to be patches for this because it's free DLC, but I mean, I'm definitely down if they want to do that. I know they're coming out with daily builds, which were automatic. I just don't know how much new content is in there for fixes, but I'm expecting there will be some fixes. I think some of the jump through the wall type skips should be fixed, so those I'm hoping will be, and especially the one in Chapter 5 that you can skip the Glamrock Salon entirely, the one Pat found. That one was known for a few weeks. One spot was fixed, one was not. I wish I'd been there for the last week and a half of testing. I think that would have been an easy catch to be like, hey, it's still in the game. But yeah, just Juggling World Championships were at an unfortunate time with relation to the release date here. You love Vanny Out of Bounds 1.04? Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason of playing 104. I guess you can go with the Afton ending as well that way. So Out of Bounds Afton as well, or any percent, right? I have to call that any percent because of the jump skip or whatever whatever I do there to get there quickly. Let's see. I do have old builds, but that's the thing. Like, I have old builds that will work without Steam being involved, so I can run old versions of the alpha, but I don't want to do that without permission from Steel Wool. So that's one thing. Like with Freddy in Space 2, I got the okay from Scott to run old builds if it were kind of like just for fun or whatever. There weren't many, but just the rough draft drawing graphics and all that, so he okayed that. But I would want to do that if that were the case. And that's the thing too, like maybe a better encouragement would be for Steel Wool themselves to do a developer walkthrough and for whatever to be okayed with Scott. But I'm not expecting everything will be revealed by any means, but that would be kind of cool. Hey, no, hold on, I could. Wow, that color is so unfortunate on my screen. Hold on, let me move monitors. AJ Perry, thank you so much for the 1999 donation. Thank you so much. DJ, I love your FNaF 1020 mode strategy videos. The amount of math that goes into it is insane. I give up on 1020 mode because I can't figure out Foxy. I do everything right in the iterations and he still ends up killing me. If you can, like, I think the biggest piece of advice I can give, if not a newer strategy that glitches out one of the cameras so you can basically focus more on Foxy than normal, you want to hold down the flashlight. You don't want to, like, tap it. So the phone guy in FNaF 2 says, like, I think, like, flash him a couple of times or something like that, so you get the impression, well, you kind of get a tap or whatever. No, you want to hold it to get the, like, anger meter down as low as possible. The only time that lowers, and that can force Foxy back to parts and service, I think, is if you hold the flashlight, then as long as the flashlight's on, that meter decreases. So that can build up over time, and then you get to a point where you can't thwart it because you haven't flashed enough. So you want to flash regularly and just hold it down for 1020 mode, and there's enough animatronic action that will allow you to do that and not run out of flashlight. Some of the other challenges you can't do that, but a lot of other challenges Foxy is not much of a problem. Foxy will still show up because there's that feature. But anyway, thank you so much for that, AJ. Can you keep looking in this area? It has to be close by. You're talking about daycare? This is where that would be cool to have a debug involved, but I can't just hit that. I'd have to attach a debug on it. Alright, but if it's in this area, let me know if you see anything that you're referring to. Okay, so that's all there. That's all there. So you're saying there's a cabinet that appears only in AR? It might not be in this area. We might be looking at Bonnie Bowl as well, because there's that big arcade. That's another spot. A lot of Slappy Van Winkle over here. Someone got mad, punched the screen. Guess they didn't get the high score. You got mad at GGY's high score. Bomber, that one's active, but you can't play it. But since the game was data mined so quickly, I would have expected someone to find anything that would have been playable, because you would have assets from that arcade game if that were the case within the files. I mean, you could just load up F-model. Like, I mean, I had F-model handy as well, just in case they were missing something or whatnot. Or if there are recommendations or whatever. I had a lot of recommendations for gameplay additions and that type of thing. You can still clip through this, which bugs me, like there. But you used to be able to jump over here. So this is, they made every effort to try to block this off. But you can still get here via the elevator shaft going into the kitchen. Just jump through. That mess is kind of crazy. But I think it's actually jumping over on that staircase over there. So it's a little bit different with the alignment. You used to be able to jump on here, jump over here, jump over the railing, go up the stairs all the way, and then you would fall through the world, and underneath is a AR world, and then you could explore there. But yeah, it's pretty ingenious how they structured this, because there are two worlds placed on top of one another. So there's the real world and then the AR world there. Hey, AJ, thanks for the extra $19.99. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, and I also got ticked because after Foxy was chill for one of the nights, Toy Bonnie took years to go across, and I just rage quit. Yeah, Toy Bonnie is still a complete random. I still think the right vent camp strategy is more reliable. I could string together wins more quickly with that for sure, because you're not wasting time going to the left vent nearly as much. You can also get a little bit extra flash on Foxy if you wait just a little bit. But yeah, thank you for that donation. Chapter 1. Okay, I can go back to chapter 1. Nice. Nice! Alright, let's see. Chapter 1. Gregory, you there? I got your message. You know how many times I heard that. Good grief. Repairing Chica's beak might be the most underwhelming thing in FNaF in my opinion. I'm really confused on why they put that in the game if it didn't go anywhere. Yeah. I'm with you on that though. I'm with you on that. The Shooter 25 editions do improve the Toy Bonnie show randomness. With a timer, right? That's a little bit of extra hardware you'd have to throw in, but that could definitely help. The whole game is built on those type of cycles.
Gregory, you there?
Yeah, I can play through chapter 1.
Message.
If you beta test Help Wanted 2, tell them to add a golden plunger. Yeah.
Gregory, are you there?
Oh, one pet peeve here. So I'm holding up. I'm at the top of the ladder. Thank you, the Lonely Monkey, for the $2 donation. I'm holding up right now, and I'm not climbing, but you hear the climbing noise. Same thing happens if you're at the bottom of the ladder and you're holding down. But anyway, that drives me nuts. You used to be able to, I don't think I mentioned this in the walkthrough, but you used to be able to, while going down here, there was a spot where you could rotate all the way through the wall, and then you would spawn on the wrong side of the ladder, and you'd be trapped underneath that entrance forever.
Why would Gregory tell me to come to this old place and then not be here? What is that? Maybe if I get up there, I can see better.
You miss Glamrock Freddy saying, okay! Yeah. Okay, we're going over here, And I gotta get the flashlight again, even though I've collected this a long time ago. Never got to say thank you for showing up to that raid. I have watched all your videos to help me beat them 100%. Cool. Gregory, you see that small vent on... Are you familiar with Among Us, Gregory? Freddy! Dismembered Freddy head. You've seen this in a few different places as well. So you see it at the start of the game. You also see this in the catwalks. Yeah, as you're going through the big old diorama or whatever, the ride through. Yeah, that. So you see dismembered Freddy head. And then you also see that in the server room in Chapter 5. No, Chapter 4. What am I talking about? Chapter 4 going into Chapter 5. You notice there's a hidden plushie right here. These are, thrown around throughout the game. And then here's one of the in-action actions.
Cool.
But it doesn't work on any of the other Roxy plushes from what I can tell. I wanted to make this a possible game over here if you let the arcade cabinet, or what am I saying? This is an ATM, right? Yeah, it's an ATM. If that lands on you, you'd have the ATM jump scare. And game over. That would be really cool. Death % speedrun. Jump scare warning. Or startle. You can still stand under here and view through that staff bot's head. There used to be a basketball that popped out from here, and it would go right here and you kick it and it just gets, it would clip through this, it would clip through that, but they just got rid of it. I was kind of hoping they'd keep the basketball because basketball is cool. I'm a big basketball fan. More so playing, but I still keep track of several players. Their careers. It's kind of fun. Yeah, you can still do that. There's no AR mask right now. If you look through here, there's like a starry sky, but you can't go through. That would be kind of cool if you could glitch through. Alright, was there anything in Chapter 1 you wanted me to go through, though? Yeah, there's no flashlight battery. You notice the flashlight also disappears instantly during some of these cutscenes. So I had those as
I got your
issues as well.
message. Where are you?
Help! Something grabbed me! It won't let me go! You have to find me! I'm trapped in the sinkhole under the raceway!
A new Roxy Racers? That's all the way on the other side. I'm not even close.
This used to be ROXIE-TALKIE, but they changed it to Roxy Talkie with the Y's. Very late in the game, actually, too. So I was going through making sure that didn't have any effects on other things. Like, for example, if it was looking for a specific item in your hand, and it's looking for IE, but it's a Y now. Cassie sandwich time. So you gotta go up to get off that little spot. The frame rate here gets really nasty. It's actually not doing too badly right now. I have it downscaled a little bit, so that's probably why. But this used to be like 20 frames a second on mine, which that was kind of choppy. It used to be also that you could rotate around on this ladder. So you'd view around, you could just like turn all the way around, and you could go through all the platforms behind here. There was also another bug. I'm just going through all the bugs that were here. But if you held down while that elevator crash scene was happening, it would take you off the elevator, but then it would let's see if I can do this right. It would let you. Thanks GG Games for the £3 donation. Yo DJ, the duo, ATM, and cart jump scares. Yeah, you can still get jump scared by the cart. What was I saying? But you used to be able to get down from the ladder, and it would play the ladder. Oh, what happened to my camera? No! Hold on. I unplugged it. Alright, let me see. Here. Low battery, lovely. Alright, I gotta replug my camera. Hold on a second. Lovely. Alright, I gotta plug it in. So, Burb. Be right back. Alright, now it's plugged in. Let's see if I can get this working again. Sorry about that. Must have kicked the plug. I gotta get the external display off. There we go. Perfect. Yeah! GG Games £3 donation. Fixed the camera. Thank you. Yes. Scroll up, read your comment. Hold on. Alright, let's see. Alright, catching up on comments. Do you know why there's a flower in the middle of the lobby? So there was a flower on Freddy's desk in the base game. So if we, let's see. I still gotta. I'll go back after finishing chapter 1 here. How about? Well, chapter 1's really long. I can go through this really quick. I'll go back. Let's see. Yeah, I don't need to charge the battery of the flashlight. I don't know why that wasn't. I don't know. All the charging stations are busted, but she apparently got the infinite flashlight for this one. Let's go for the base game, play Security Breach, and just do new game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Oh, that's not gonna fly. I got dialogue on. Who do I think is the greatest NBA player of all time? Oh boy. I kind of have a 1A, B, and C. 1A, B, and C would be Wilt, LeBron, and MJ. I can't rank them outside of... They're in completely separate eras, but Wilt, I think, is the best athlete that has ever been in the league, and people forget about that. LeBron, I don't know that we're going to see someone like LeBron for a long time. Generational player for sure. MJ is just absolute domination. I mean, the thing is, Bill Russell was crazy too. Like, he won 11 and was a player coach on one of those. He's amazing. So, rest in peace, 6 as well. Let's see, audio. Voice volume. Let me turn that to 0. Then you can skip this part, I think. Maybe they changed that. Look at the desk you see to the left of the mirror. There's that flower right there. That's the same flower that's in front of the busted area where the Freddy statue was. So that's something I think was a tie-in. That probably someone took that and, I don't know, they confiscated it from Rockstar Row or something and put it there in memory or whatever. So that's, I think, what's going on. All right. Let's see. How do I feel about the old trailers of Security Breach? We don't have everything from those. I think we're approaching some of that, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to get the both of you burn. I think that part was scrapped. That was crazy. In terms of the Chica voice box, it might have been the intent at some point to have repairs for all the animatronics. I think it was more of an artistic decision to have the Glamrock Bonnie neon short circuit Monty in Log Rides, the water area. So that's, I think, that decision why you couldn't repair Monty. And then Roxy, man, it's tough because at the end of chapter 9, the question is, who says Cassie? It's not necessarily Roxy. If Roxy came back from 1, maybe she was the backup for security if Mexus was deactivated. Not sure. But who said Cassie? Was it the Mimic? Was it Roxy or was it the Mimic? Anyway, that's an open ending. People didn't really appreciate that, I don't think. Alright, let's do chapter 1. Why to do the sprint jumps? You can... So there's sprint conservation when you're in the air. So if you bunny hop and have a long way to go, you can overall average speed at a much better pace. If it's a short run, you should just run. If you have time to recover, like if it's going into a cutscene, you can run. You want to exhaust your sprint meter as much as possible without having it go red most of the time. Let's see. Yeah, Markiplier is definitely, I'd say, like, for sure, the popularity king by far. I mean, he's always got a funny take on all sorts of stuff. But I mean, he's how many million? With 35 million, and I'm at 140K. So in terms of like gameplay, I'm going to play at a higher level, and he knows that. But it's just different things that people are going to want to watch or whatnot. They're probably going to gravitate toward watching Markiplier than a QA walkthrough. I mean, that's obvious. Let's see. Okay, I'm making my way through the comments. Sorry. I'm way behind. So many environmental jump scares in Chapter 1. I don't think I will be screaming with Nexus Rabbit. Does a go-kart give you a game over? If you get hit by it, yes. You can also get soft-locked in the go-kart if you glitch over that threshold. I've seen one person do that since the patch came out. Or not the patch, the final build came out. But if you look over here, you see that flower over there in front of... It's very small. But yeah, that's the same one from Glamrock Freddy's green room. Alright, going over here again. Yeah, Mimic got me. That's why the camera went off. Alright, elevator jump scare. Alright, I'm getting there. Why does Cassie flashlight only work... Oh, the Cassie flashlight from Chapter 9 is a bug, and that I reported that a long time ago. It should be unavailable from Chapter 9. After the waterfall area, the tree area, I don't want to spoil it too much. Only we could go there and get our Fizzy Faz. Or get the Mr. Hippo magnet. Thanks, Rob. Okay, we're getting there. There's a lot of comments right there. Let's see. Okay, now I'm way behind. You added it. Let's see. Did they add any new updates to base security breach after the release of Ruin? The bigger crouch icon. Slight UI changes, but I mean that was with the whole game. I'm not sure in terms of the actual gameplay. I'd have to see a change set report, something. I don't know. I wasn't involved in the base game on that on any of this, so. Let's see. My favorite FNaF game, probably Freddy in Space 2, just because of the effect, and it was a pretty fun little platformer. Hate to ask because of what the creator did, but what do you think of FNaF Plus most likely being canceled, if you even really care? You know, I root for Phil's redemption arc, I guess. It's, I don't know. Yeah, he was being crass, and that wasn't the way to approach that situation for sure. But I mean, he has real skills. I mean, he's a person himself, and a lot of other people who know him have much better reports than what people think of him. So I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping he can come back and develop some pretty cool games, and you know, if that's what he wants to do. So it's a bummer. That's a lot of work, and I guess they're just not going to. I don't know, but I watched his video. I watched it all the way through. Like, he felt freedom in not being part of the Fanverse initiative, right? So I think that was in the best interest of both his, like how he felt about it, and what the Fanverse is going forward. But it's been a bummer with I don't know. It could have gone a lot better. But anyway, I'm rooting for Phil. That's about it. That's about the scope of my feelings on it. Unfortunate that the work got, you know, scrapped, but it's probably better for him too. You wish people gave Scott Cawthon a lot more respect. Then people can have their own opinions about him and all that. I mean, I've had nothing but positive experience with him. He's a really cool guy. IMO. What's in the box? Yes. Depends on the era, but you think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time overall. I think most people would think that as well. Let's see. Like, I don't have any qualms with that position. So I think they're good evidence points for athletics advancing and all that too. So that's, I think, an argument for LeBron. But also, like, people forget about Will. Like, Will had a quintuple double with 52 points and like 30 rebounds and 10 plus on the other three categories. But they didn't track all of those back then. But going back to that game, they were like, yep, that's a quintuple double. No one's ever done that. And any player that they changed the game for, yeah, that's a pretty influential player. So I mean, even Steph Curry. Steph Curry would not be in my top 10 quite. Maybe like top 15. I maybe put him around that area, but and that could change. But he changed the game. It's much more 3-point heavy now. So maybe I'm not giving him enough respect on that. But anyway, that's NBA comment. Do you remember how in the main game you didn't destroy both Roxy and the other? Like, you chose one path or the other. You had to destroy Roxy regardless, unless you glitched through, unless you did the Vanny ending in 104. Yeah, I mean, you had to choose between Chica or Monty before 6 a.m., but then you could go back and, finish the job after 6 a.m. if you wanted to get to the sinkhole, as it was. You think they're releasing FNaF Plus under Scott, but you have no clue where the game is going because he has said before the game is 100% complete and he was waiting to release it. I think he was joking on that tweet. I did see that tweet. But the thing is, it's a possibility. The other thing as well, I'm just not sure what rates he has to that, or I just don't know. Games can be made. You beat the first game and don't crush Roxy, but immediately beat Ruin after, she will have her eyes. The save files are different and they don't have any interaction. So that would be one major strike against that theory. But I understand that theory for sure. Hi Sturf, what's up Ghosty? FNaF Plus is dead, game's never coming out. Yeah, the Steam page is gone. So the dev didn't take drama seriously, so he got canceled. You're mixed on it, but he kept doubling down. He didn't need to say anything. Yeah, I don't think he understood the entire scope of what was going on at that point, but he was just being edgy at that point, as he has been. So that's kind of his persona that he's been going for. It reminds me of a juggler. There's a juggler, Jason Garfield. Like, he's a super nice guy in real life, but he put on this really grating, annoying, abrasive type of persona, but it started to kind of take over his interactions, and that was real. Those were real interactions, so people got a bad taste in their mouths from that. And then I don't think he's banned from the convention, but I don't know. He's always mentioned, and it's always in like a cautious way, like, oh, I don't know if I don't know what he did, but anyway, nothing controversial for what I know. So anyway, but it reminds me of that. You know, your interactions in real life, whether you intend to play a character or not, can also take over your own interaction. So it's just like, okay, you know, just be authentic is what I'm a fan of, you know. Unreal Engine. Unreal has made some strides with Blueprint. It used to go with a system called Kismet, and it's like a visual scripting language, but Dungeon Defenders use Kismet because it was on an older version of Unreal Engine. But the new one has Blueprint, which is, I think, much more logical. Epic Games is right near me, so I get this stuff around the area a lot. But anyway, yeah, Unreal Engine is a good one to know, but it is pretty complicated if you're not a studio. Like, if you're a studio, I would recommend Unreal, but if you're not, I would recommend Unity. It's kind of in the same vein, a little lower horsepower, but you just don't have the complexity with... Like, Unity is a lot less complex than Unreal, is what I'm getting at. But Unreal is great for a big studio doing a lot of modeling and complex, like high poly models and that type of thing. It's very efficient, very efficient. So fun, yes, it is. Yeah, VaQuest, yeah, that was the thing. He wasn't, and he still really hasn't either. And in the video, he posed it as more of maybe a little bit demeaning for the person in question, but I don't know. People will be people. What's up, Metal Sonic dude? FNaF AR isn't scary either. FNaF AR, my goodness. I need to go play that at some point, maybe. That's it. I thought it was gone. I thought it was completely gone, but it's apparently not. So, man, that's crazy. Oh, I see GG Games made a video about the cancellation. I'm getting notifications on channels that I'm subscribed to like 5 days late. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway. Cool. Now let me turn voice acting back on. One thing that drives me nuts as well, you see these sliders? So notice this like pink, magenta bar. You notice if you go under 20%-ish, you start to see a little bit of a gap between the bar and the actual slider. Like here you can see it really pronounced. So 5% and 3%, all that. There's a big gap there. You see that? It's also true on the other side. Once you get to about, let's say 85-ish, now it starts to go under. So you see that magenta slice underneath this slider? Yeah, that drives me nuts. They didn't change that. I didn't think that was a big deal. I'm like, man, it's not a huge. I mean, it's not going to affect gameplay, but that drives me nuts. All right. Sorry, Freddy, you don't get a comment. Okay. You heard Carnival's going to get an update? Okay, you're talking about AR, yes. No Way Surf Stream? Yeah, it's been a while. And, I mean, now that I'm done with working on Ruin, I could stream more, so... There you have double dialogue also, that's another thing.
I got your message. Where are you?
Help! Something grabbed me. It won't let me go.
Mama Gemini, unfortunately, yeah.
I'm trapped in the sinkhole under the raceway.
Recently, you learned of the U2's FNaF
Roxy
AR game after
Racers?
looking into spin-offs for a video I made.
That's
Literally
all the
no
way
one
on the
covered
other
it when it came
side.
out.
I'm not even
AR.
close.
U2's FNaF AR game. I guess I don't know about that either. The big seam in the floor texture in the lobby for help wanted. The lobby. Near the prize corner? Whatever it's called here. I was gonna say Winner's Circle, but that's Dave & Buster's. Hey, Tube Sir. Yeah. So Mama Gemini says, one thing I dislike about this game is how obvious this wasn't Gregory. I don't think anyone fell for the twist. Yeah, I wasn't, even from the trailers. I'm like, okay. Everyone I saw was like, yeah, this seems like a trap. This doesn't seem like this is actually Gregory. I didn't get there. Sometimes you can fall down there. Oh, come on now. That's not playing nice at all. It's probably because I'm streaming. You need to play with high frame rate to get that jump to stick pretty well. So I would want to turn down resolution and not be streaming for that. But you can jump onto the metal railing there. Let's go backwards here. Come on. There we go. You don't like how the blob is shown only once in an Easter egg in Ruin when you thought they were hyping it up to be one of the next big threats of the series like the Mimic. Yeah. True. I'm pretty sure that was to throw people off. We'll see that pretty soon. The Cassie
Chica?
sandwich line is RNG, you are correct.
What happened to you? You look awful.
You can also jump through Chica's face here and it clips through stuff. You can also jump through the oven doors. Let's see, where's one? Good example's right after this. Right? Right here. You can see the flashlight. Well, it's a lot better than it was actually, but yeah, you can see a clip through right there. So that's a little bit of a collision issue there. Not major. Also here, you can duck through and you can just kind of walk through this thing. You don't see it because it's too low to the ground, so that was the criteria I think for letting that one go. But this thing used to be crazy. At the start of this area, let me go all the way back actually. Let me see if Chica makes that noise again, even though she's already been out. That was an old issue. But over here, you used to be able to jump through here and jump over, and there's all sorts of like messed up collision over here. Like you can do all sorts of crazy stuff, and they blocked that off like it was no tomorrow. they put more hours and effort into blocking this off from me than they did just about anything else in the game. Also, like this used to be like completely see-through. Same with this barrel. So they did a lot of work, and when they fixed that, they fixed it all at once, and it was just so much of a relief. Like, wow, that's so much better. You can still, I think, jump through this with a little bit of clip through the flashlight if you jump. Yeah, there it is. So there's still some small issues, but man, it used to be, this area used to be really rough. You don't get the chica noise again though, which that's a good thing. But you can also skip from the top of that, the gate where that long elevator shaft ladder was, and then jump through to the kitchen area. Or actually past the chica cutscene area. A little bit of ground here. Alright. I wish you could turn this model
wrench.
upside down.
It's just like my dad's.
There's an Easter egg there too. Cassie really be falling so much. She's been bunny hopping so much too. She's not nearly as fast as Gregory. Like, I went back to the base game just to check the speed differential or whatever. Cassie's super slow compared to Gregory, especially after the shoes upgrade. That mess crazy. I think I've almost got whiplash playing with Gregory. Gregory certainly is a whirlwind. That fits his character. Which also made me very skeptical initially, even from viewing the initial trailer. Oh my goodness. It was obvious. Here, I'm just gonna do this skip here. And hello. There's the blob. Okay. You were the first one to find the 395. Okay, you did find it. Yeah, that. Yeah. I would have figured people would have found that with data mining and such. Or with debug fly-through. Because you can still fly through with Control-Shift F7 if things haven't changed. That's with the debug menu. This also drives me nuts right here. You see the hinges? All of the doors have this. Oh. This, and this. There are 3 of them. It's just the hinges. You see that, right? The texture flickering? That drives me nuts. It shouldn't drive me that nuts, but it does. Anyway. Used to be able to just kind of like walk through this, and you can see all the way through this. Used to be able to walk through and clip through this. You can't do that anymore. So they put in a ton of work on this. Not perfect. But I mean, it's a solid installment for free DLC, especially. That's crazy. So there's, I don't know that I've seen anyone do this yet in a playthrough, but you can still do this right here. You can walk around here, then go fall down here. This used to be a complete hard lock, like you'd have to restart the game. Yeah, that was bad. So you can't actually escape from this, but you can go underneath the pipe close enough to the entryway, and then this happens. So that's still in the game. That's been known for a long time, but the cutscene wasn't triggered for a long time by you being there, so that was at least a workaround. Let's see. Gregory's just built different, yes. The way he talked didn't sound like Gregory at all. Yeah, and the voice lines in the cam stations as well don't sound like Gregory in terms of what he would normally say in character. I'm so scared and alone, or whatever. It's like, Gregory?
Ow, my head. Where'd that freaking Monty thing go? I better find a way out before it comes back.
Did they make a different blob model for Ruin? That's a good question. I don't think we've seen that animation. So I think there was at least some modification of that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see. Who do you think we play as in Help Wanted 2? That's a question for everyone. I think I know who we're gonna be, and that's not insider info. So disclosure, I haven't spent any time on Help Wanted 2 and have not received any word on all that, but I know they're working on it. This one used to be able to clip through. You also used to be able to jump over this, and then you kind of glitch into Maskbot. Maskbot used to be really bad. So when you go here, You do have a few frames where you don't see MaskBot, which I
Please
I
take a
still
mask.
think should be
Take a mask.
changed, but
Take a mask.
yes, I know. And you just your MatBot, you just had your bunny ears torn off your scalp. If you turned, it used to be that MaskBot would turn exactly as you would, so it would like mirror what you had. So you'd be facing one way, and then MaskBot would be like holding a mask totally away from you. But then, if you used to collect and you had MaskBot facing a box or whatever, it would teleport you into the box, and you would put on the mask while you were in the box, and then you'd be stuck in the box. That was it. There were some builds where you'd completely get stuck in AR mode as well. So you put on the mask, and then Cassie would be like, cool, and then it just like completely stop the game, so it's complete soft lock there. But then you can't advance, so it was game breaking for a while. So yeah, there were some builds.
Please enjoy.
There were some
Weird.
builds.
It's not a body
man.
mask.
Thanks for stopping by, Richard.
Look at all the wires and stuff.
And sorry, I'm still having trouble reading the small font from here. Can we talk about how amazing that sound is when you fall in the sewer water trapped in the abandoned pizzaplex with Monty? Yes. All right, let's put on the security mask. Let's get past this part.
Cool.
Cool. We've heard that before. Uh-oh. Helpy's got yellow eyes.
Ow!
The golden mimic eyes.
Hurts.
Or is that actually the deal? Ooh, he's back to blue. Don't be surprised by your surroundings. You are still in the real world. All right, yeah, you can read it. You can read it. Go back and pause it if you want to. Another thing, your jump doesn't have audio after this point until you reach like this threshold here. So I don't know what causes that necessarily. Also, right here, you've already collected an item here, but you still hear the audio for an item box being there. That's another bug. So there's still some things that I think should be fixed. They don't affect your gameplay, but just for the purpose of QA, making it the best it can be, that would be a good fix. This one you used to be able to just like view all the way through, and if you view through the front part of it, you just see through the whole thing. So there's some instances of that still in the game, but not the vending machines. And now you get the jump landing audio again, which is cool. Which over here you didn't have for a little while. Cool.
What
Hello,
are
real
you
world?
still doing here?
Yes. I mean, Cassie had the transponder, the occipital transponder, jammed in her brain, basically. Like, good grief. Game over already. Just hope you not become more virus-like near the end. I think there is some evidence that would make you doubt Helpy's good intentions later in the game. Let's see, the door that is just to the right when you come out of Monty's mouth of the sewers has a changing number between the two worlds at the beginning. Let's see, between the two worlds at the beginning. Door that is just to the right when you come out of Monty's mouth. Oh. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about right here. This is called the stomach room. So you see all here, you got the like the stomach wall, you got bones, you got all sorts of stuff here. But this is basically the impression that you've been eaten by Monty, and you're in this Gator Golf course here, IRL. Okay, you're talking about this one, right? So this one right here. This one, or what are you talking about there? So that would have been security level 5 clearance for the base game. I don't know if you're referring to that. It has a 5 that looks like a 2 upside down. Oh, I see. Yeah, that is interesting. It does look like a... I think that's just stylistic, but you're right. It does look like a 2. If you mirror it upside down, right? It does look kind of like that. Yeah. I think that's just a stylistic font decision, but is it like that in the... Do we have a security level 5 door? We definitely have a 4. We definitely have a 2, right? But I don't think the 2 shows. That's that would be the backstage, I believe. That'd be interesting to go through Gator Golf to find stuff like that. GG, you can make a video like that. You go check that out. If you remove the glitch texture, the 5 turns into a 0. In the trailer, it was a 0. Oh, that's actually really interesting. So there's probably a 0 underneath it. That would be interesting. What are my opinions on the books? Do you feel like the lore that they contributed makes the overall story better off? I would say the books' lore are much less my style because they're much more gruesome and gritty. They also go like all over the place with... I feel like they're trying to touch on every possible horror trope. It's not like the epilogues for the Pizzaplex. The way that all the children are killed is ridiculous. It's like, dang. The games are much more PG than the books, and I think the movie will probably be much more PG than the movie will be much more PG than the books as well. Did I come across any issues with Ruined Roxy? Yes, a ton. A whole lot. A whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot. Oh my goodness. I mean, the hitbox being one that's still in the game. There's no need for the hitbox to be that big. Alright, there's a collector's item here, but you're not going to be able to see it because I already collected it on this run. And Caleb, if there's anything else you wanted me to check in Chapter 2, then I can check it out. This one used to be a soft lock right here. This Monty plush, like, you used to get stuck on it and you couldn't move away from it. So you like restart. So this one's better here. Over here was a huge problem because the bathrooms deload once you get to about right. Well, you'd have to jump down, but this would deload, and it would allow you to just simply walk around, go through, and then walk up the staircase, and you could glitch all the way to the second and third puzzle. So some of that's blocked off now, but you still can, with some work, you can still get there because it still does deload. Like right there, you see right now, it's loading future area, but it's also deloading previous area. So if you could look back here, the area back there is now deloading. You see that like blank expanse right there instead of the bathrooms? Yeah, that's your sign that deload is. That's a big glitch spot right there. You can still access this, but you have to work a little bit more for it. There's one spot on, yeah, right here. They didn't fix it. No! No! You got a ball pit on the carpet, but I don't know where it is. Like, there's... like, there's some ball pit balls right there, but not here. So anyway. Can I scroll up and read your comment about the Mimic? Let's see. You think we'll play as the guy who cut off his face with a paper cutter and help on it too? That is quite possible. The crazy thing about Mimic is I don't think Cassie's friends didn't show up. I think the Mimic called the moms of everyone and said the birthday was on the 16th, not the 11th. Only Gregory came. That's possible. The one thing I wonder about the 11, if it is the 11th of the month, then Roxy remembered correctly. If it was Cassie's age at the time, that could be another issue. That would also put an age on Cassie. But I'm pretty sure it's just the date of the month. So 1/1, you're number 1 twice. I definitely think Mimic had some interference in there. So I would agree to that point. Mimic 1. Oh no, we got Mimic 1 in the chat. Uh-oh. And this used to be a big problem spot right here. Used to be able to just jump on here and then go all sorts of places by climbing this. So if you can get that to work. I'm not getting a lot of the catch spots to work right now, and I'm pretty sure it's because of my frame rate. It's a little bit lower because I'm streaming. A little bit more load on everything. Plus I'm recording it locally, so. Alright. Gator Golf, wow. Try this a few more times. What's up, Greensome? Mimic was responsible for Sturf's camera dying? Yes. I think that's the obvious conclusion. Let's see. Let me turn my DPI settings down all the way. Where's that yellow spot? Yellow spot here. And then here. Oh! See how close that is? Yeah, one of these times I'm gonna get that. Okay. And now. Nice. That was better. Yeah, actually, yeah, you are correct. This is actually not DJ Sturf right now. This is just the Mimic. Mimic took my voice and all. Took my YouTube channel. That's why my videos aren't getting many views nowadays. It's all the Mimic. That was a little early. Ooh. Yep, we're good. Oh, that's coming in hot. Oh, we're still good though. Alright, now hole 6. Let's see if I can get this consistent. Mimic Sturf, what does 69 mean? It's one less than 70. I can tell you that much. All the way, yeah. See, it just doesn't get enough roll on that. Just seems to be random on that. I think the collision is a little bit random on it. Let's see if I go over one more pixel. There. There I go. That might be no. It's still not enough. Where is it? No, it's not. Man. I'm gonna get something consistent. So I think if I aim at the same exact spot, it should have the same exact response, but it's not the case. I have to have something replicable. Still not hot enough. All right. Just to the left. Just to the left. Still not it. How was I getting so much speed on that last round? Let's see. All right, 1 pixel to the left. Which that makes no sense. How would that work? That wouldn't work. We're going 1 to the right. 1 to the right. 1 to the right. Good. That's still not enough. Alright. Keep trying. No. Two pixels to the right. Oh, we're going to this next one. Come on, give me something replicable. No, that's way off. Look at that. That is crazy. So what if I go like 1 minus? That's not going to be enough speed. Yeah, it's not even close. Oh, well, that's great. Spot every time. That's so close. It's no good. Man, this is tragic. Hey, SD87. So was a Mimic present within the Pizzaplex and security breach? If not, where did it come from? That's a good question. Well, the Gator Golf music is pretty cool right now. I'm glad it loops. But there, like right there. There, that's perfect. Need zooming in help? I don't know. This one seems to be pretty reliable. Just go 10 and about half. I'm aiming for a star on the green, like, fairway with non-green green. All right. Elijah, thank you for the $4.99 donation. Can you go see Roxy and explain the issues you had when playtesting with her when you can? Yes. All right, let's see. What's your thoughts on the recent speedruns of Ruin? Lots of wedge jumps. I've only seen one thing that I didn't know about. Let's see here. That's misaligned though. What the heck? Yeah, I can go to the Roxy area and all that. That's not where I want to line up. This. So here. Alright, we're lining to this grid. There. And 16 and a half. Oh, no. What the heck? Wow, that's great. Alright, just eyeball it. Here. That's still misaligned. Here, we'll do this. The corner. Wow. Sheesh. Alright, I'm just gonna go 16 then. Not gonna make any difference. That's not what I want. That's not replicable. What if I go this way? I've never actually gone for a hole-in-one this way. Let me try this. So here, about the same strength. Oh, that's awful. Wasn't even close. Why are golfing and fishing mini games always so entertaining? I think it's probably because they're just relaxing, you know. That's actually probably going to go in. Yeah. Golfing in Florida. Okay. So if I'm... Oh, okay. I did. Keep going. What's your favorite weapon in the Chica Feeding Frenzy? Definitely the Fizzy Faz Pink Lemonade Soda Spray. There's a 10. I just have to figure out hole 1. But anyway, yeah, that should be more replicable. But I've been trying to like fine tune exactly how to do each one instead of eyeballing it. But eyeballing it, I'm still better. So I need to figure that out. But it seems like the same shot will do different things a lot. So I'm confused about the physics on that sometimes. If it's like Rapala fishing or whatever, like that mess, I couldn't do anything. I always get like the smallest fish, and I'm like, that stinks. Thanks for helping out Steel Wool by testing the game out thoroughly. You deserve the best, DJ. You really do. Thank you, Reaper. It was a lot of work. You can also jump off the hill on the red one at a certain point. Okay, that was. Also jump off the hill on the red one. I'm trying to remember. You talking about hole 6? Maybe. I'm surprised Astral didn't know that you could jump. I think he probably just forgot, but anyway, I need to reply to the comments on the community thing and whatnot. I was too consumed with running that alumni meet. I was very happy with how I did at that alumni meet. That was pretty crazy. That's a nightmare of a course. But that was the middle 30, like middle third just about. It was a little more than a third, but it just hill, and it's like, oh, and it was almost 90 degrees. That was... Yeah, and I was juggling. And there were like tree roots everywhere. It's just a complete nightmare of a course to run, but we won by 1 point, and I was the winning point. I was like, cool. So, while juggling. All right. So Roxy, yes. Keep moving forward. All right, all right. Let me finish. I'll finish chapter 1, then I'll go to the Roxy area. Let me turn up my DPI. Since the game is made in UE, it's in UE4. You can see it being that it's using the sort of physics where they've calculated every frame rather than on their own standalone tick rate reducing determinism. Yeah, I think that's probably what happens there too. You can bounce, like on the first hole, if you go the normal route, you can land on the hill with a clear descent and it'll bounce you backwards. So there's some issues with that as well. What do I think of how the AI system works? I wish the hitboxes were a little more in and that they'd be able to move a little bit faster to compensate for that.
I need your help.
Gregory, I can hear you.
If you can hear me, turn off all security. Turn it all off.
Security? What are you talking about? None of this makes sense.
Security knows. Find them and turn them all off.
Come on.
I can't get out until that happens.
All right, now that I'm not golfing, let me move over here.
Security nodes?
Camlink.
What the heck are those?
Move me, thank you. There we go. Alright. I wants to be called Spiff? Okay. You just say David. Alright, let's see. You know, this is a full Monty model right here. This is just an inactive. This is actually a Monty model in the bin here. Which is kind of funny. I don't know that anyone's pointed that out. I kind of have insider knowledge on that, though. Also, you saw the LOD. Oh, no! Look at that. No! This used to be a big problem. It's an LOD issue. So the thing that's stored at this distance right here is basically blank, and then this has actual detail. Man. Alright. We'll go through the puzzle pretty quick. Oh, let me actually see if you can do one thing here. Maybe. Yep, there we go. So you can jump on here. You can jump into this wheel and get soft locked, or you can do a little parkour. Let's see if you can still do it. Just jump on here. Yeah, you get all sorts of places with this, so that's another thing. That's a very easy way to skip this puzzle. Like, you don't even have to get there, so... cool. I guess we'll do the puzzle straight up though, but this is an easy way out. If you go down here though, let's see where the escalators are. Oh no, that's further down. If you go where the escalators are, you can warp through the wall and then get to that end area. But yeah, I don't want to fall off here necessarily, so yeah, that's a pretty easy way to do that. You can also jump through here, and the collision just is not good here. So that was a thing. But your barrel's over here. Yeah, I put a lot of time into this, so I feel some level of ownership, even though I'm not a dev and I'm not the studio or one of the studios that was contracted out for this. But I'm seeing a lot of LOD issues right now. I wonder what's going on. I saw it right here too. You see that? Here. No. Didn't pop in there. The toxic barrels were one of the worst things, because you'd go back a little bit and they turn completely fluorescent orange, like you wouldn't believe, and then it just go dim again, and then like you get up close, it's just completely different on the coloring. Some of those ball pit balls just did that too. But anyway, that's a load on demand issue. That's an LOD. So it basically stores various levels of detail of the same object so that it'll load in a decomplicated object based on where you are. Or if you're up close, you get the highest detail. It's a cool system. But there were some definite issues in this DLC with that. There still are. How many skips are still in the game? A whole lot. A whole lot. You can skip the kitchen basically and that whole Chica cutscene. You can skip let's see. Let me think by chapter. You can skip the daycare. That one's a big one. That one's a big one. You used to be able to flip your mask at a green wall and it would just put you past where you exit the daycare. That used to be really easy. But that part was fixed, but the more complicated one wasn't. What happened to live chat? It looks like it shrank. I don't know. Like on the YouTube side? Oh, YouTube going buck wild. Let's see, chapter 3, catwalks. I mean, you can jump a few walls and catwalks and then go on the wrong side of the railings. You can still do that and get places in a different order for sure, and that's advantageous. Chapter 4, you can... What chapter 4? Chapter 4 used to be the worst one. You used to be able to clip all through the cupcake shop. That used to be a big mess. That one is at least better now. Glamrock Salon, you can skip the Glamrock Salon. Well, chapter 6, you could probably jump a few walls on the side and then get about a third way through the level. That's probably a pretty major one. But the thing is, Roxy Raceway is very stretched out, so you can skip less of it that way. That one's less skippable. I can almost guarantee that part. Chapter 7, Bonnie Bowl. You can hop out of the a few of the hallways and then go to where the wormhole is. You can still do that. Used to be a few of the vents had a few gaps in them, and then you flip your mask and it popped you up and out, so you could climb on the vents and kind of jump through the level that way too. But that part is at least blocked. But not everything's blocked there. It also used to be that you could just jump through the yellow wall right when you got into Bonnie Bowl and jump right to the end. So that used to be like a 10-second level instead of what it is now. And then Phaser Blast, there were still several there. There was one where you could just skip Phaser Blast entirely by just running straight to the exit. That one is at least heavily blocked off, but there's still a few where you can go to Chapter 9 by climbing on the edges of the rooms as well. So there's still several. There's still several. Let's see. Is that a Fredbear plush? Ooh, is it? Nope. It's a Glamrock Freddy one. It does look different from behind, doesn't it? A little model, a little dirty. I think it's just the dirtiness. But it also isn't a purple hat, if that's the one you're referring to. Cool, thanks Luigi. Sub to me just for fun. Cool. I hope people have fun subscribing to me. Maybe they don't. Maybe they subscribe and they have like the most painful feeling in the world. I hope not, but that is a possibility. So yeah, there's still a lot of skips in the game. There used to be a big one here too. So over here, oh, I saw arms there. You used to be able to jump on here very easily. Hush, Gregory. All right, or Gregory. You used to be able to jump on here, jump over to this area over here, and then jump to the middle of the level. Then you could either glitch through a wall or just fall through to a soft lock, and that would be it. And later on, the game over stuff was added, so you just have a game over. Here, I think you can still glitch through this if you clip along here, maybe. No, but you can still clip through the tree minor. So stuff like this, like you can clip through this palm tree thing, like cool. That would be a severity C, like it's a visual thing, but it doesn't impact gameplay. But anyway. But the sooner you get QA involved on a project, the more benefit you get. So, I don't know. I wish I'd been involved from the get-go. That would have been kind of cool. See some names on here. You see a bunch of random names in this game. Whether they have significance or not, not 100% sure. Oh, you used to be able to jump through here too. This used to be kind of fun. Like, a lot of the builds used to be able to... hold on, let me check if you can still catch anything over here. So over here. You used to be able to climb the silo. Oh. Hold up. And flip your arrow mask a few times and you could get through. Let's see. But then you could just like mess around in the stage area, but underneath it. Like you couldn't be on the stage at this point. It's not like in past a few catch spots here. Let's see. Try it backwards. Some I do better forward than backward, but you used to be able to climb all the way up here. I can't get that third jump. I need that third jump. Okay, that's just going to drop you down now. So I think that's pretty well guarded, but you probably still, if you get a good jump on that, if you get a third jump here, you could probably get up high enough that the arrow mask will boost you over whatever threshold is there, and you could just be over here and just kind of like play in this scrap metal. Like that's just not... not safe, but this colander right here, it used to like throw you through the world. That mess was crazy. Just dump you down, just like did. So that mess was crazy. You could walk on that, and it had metal texture walking sounds too. That was really cool. So the materials are like on point even with the glitches. All right, let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. How am I restarting the hole? Left and right arrows, you can still do that. The only thing is, if you... oh my goodness. So, if you start hole 1 over again, the music will loop, and the previous music that was playing also still plays, so you get like cascading, layering audio, and it becomes kind of nightmare fuel after a little while. So I turned the volume down earlier in the stream with hole 1 when I was trying to get hole 1 a bunch, but that one's really close. I'm gonna go through and see if I can figure out exactly the right pixel and strength value or whatever. But yeah, left and right arrows on that one. I would expect that would probably be filtered out. The debug menu was killed on this one on Gator Golf Back 9. If you hit Control Shift F6, that used to bring up the debug menu. So if it's ever added again, that's how to get there. little secret. You are Excite. Hello, ChefBot. This is kind of a fun area too, because you used to be able to jump up here pretty easily. Now that's blocked off, but you used to be able to climb onto the laundry bin from there. You can still get like one catch spot here. Yeah. But you could jump through ceiling panels, but it didn't deload the area. That's just not how this installment works. It used to be in the base game, if you jump through the ceiling, oftentimes it would load the floor above and deload the one that you're in, and then funky stuff could happen that way. But anyway, Chapter 1. That's really about it for Chapter 1, other than the security office and the warehouse room. We gotta go to Roxy. Can you interact with the Freddy charging station with the mask? Freddy charging station. Freddy charging station. Ow! The Freddy charging station. don't pass any recharge station here. The Monty recharge station was earlier. Freddy recharge station. Talk about chapter 8. Maybe. Yeah, there's some weird texturing things going on. Notice that? Look at those big old ball pit balls there. See? Like, no detail, full detail, no detail, full detail. Yeah, those were an issue for me. One in Bonnie Bowl. Alright, this one. Yeah, just fill up this last one and then go back one. Is the secret for the Bonnie thing in Bonnie Bowl still bugged out? Or was it a kind of thing where some people got it and some people didn't get it because it was bugged? Initially, a lot of people would play through and they'd miss one or two. That was the reason why the 28th one wasn't there. But if you get the 28th, and there's a question on the order, because I had a bug in for this earlier, that if you don't go in a specific order, it wouldn't give you the 28th. I was going through on that one. I wasn't 100% sure the full cause on that one. So, in that case, I didn't know whether it was me just goofing around, because I used to, like catwalks especially, I goof the mess around, and I just like fall through, I jump over walls and all that, jump off, and that stuff wouldn't save, so I didn't know whether there was an aspect of that. But if I played through 100% and I got the one on the trash heap last, near the vending machine, I'd always get that, that 28th one. So I think there might still be an issue with the commutative order of that. I could be incorrect on that, but also there is an issue that you can only visit it once, because the door, what do they call it, a roll-up, what was it? I think it's called secret door in this one, but it used to be a roll-up door. But the back area of the bowling maintenance or whatever that you go to see Bonnie, all messed up. Yeah, that one you can't revisit. So if you already have the 28th, that should already be up. So that's something I also have in that I would say is a bug, and I'd say that's probably a Sev 2, a pretty high level bug, because you should be able to revisit that. Let's see. Double checked all the wet floor bots with your guy. The 28th is bugged for me. Huh. And if there's an update, then let's see. You've seen people saying you can't go in with the scooper ending unlocked. I didn't get the secret camera on my extended walkthrough until after I went back to the Bonnie Bowl Room, so that would be a little bit of a counterpoint to that. Why are the puzzles either way too easy or way too hard? I don't think the puzzles are way too hard. I think the issue is more of they repeat too much and they're too easy. I was requesting more puzzles and more variety. There was one playthrough that I had through just one section that I did one night, and I had the same puzzle the whole way through, and I'm like, that's probably not very fun. Like, after the third time I played it, I'm like, I've seen this just twice in a row now. So you've heard the final floor bot you deactivate is in Bonnie Bowl. The last one will spawn regardless of order, but not sure. That's also a possibility. But yeah, on the playthroughs that I go through, if you go in the order that I go through, you should be able to have that 100% of the time. But I'm not saying that's the ideal route. I'm saying it should be there regardless. So I think there is still an issue with that. And I don't know if someone from Steel will actually address that. Some people have said that Ray McCaffrey talked with Daku about that and said that there is something they're working on with that, and that I think would probably be what that is. But yeah, it's not 100% clean right now on that. You used to be able to just jump over here. Let's see if you still can. There's a little bit of a threshold. No, okay. I'll have to go around. The Toad and the Nightmare on plush, that's called Nightmare plush throughout. What's that? I don't know. Yeah. What about this quote-unquote Nightmare plush? Thanks, Queemy boy. What's up? I like that Times Square billboard. check out Queemy Boy's channel. He's got the Five Nights at Freddy's documentary coming out
Stay away from that.
whenever that is done.
It's sending out some sort of distress signal, and Monty is responding.
I'll be on that. I hope you're doing well. Sending love and good vibes. Thank you. All right, so those are the two there. But this is basically chapter 1. There's also a skip on the door here that's not going to save you a whole bunch of time, but also I'll show you that in a little bit. The TV door. Let's see. Every time you see the part where Monty's trying to
It's a
break
dead
through the
end.
gate, brings me back to that Markiplier's video. Yeah. True. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Oh, nope, I missed it. Oh, it might be soft locked actually. Yeah, there. I'm kind of in the wall here. Let's see if I can cancel out of it. Come on, where's that jump?
The camera is the way forward.
I just soft locked myself. Lovely. Yeah, I might not be able to get out of here. Lovely. If you miss that jump, you can go in this, like, no man's land area. Well, most of chapter 1. Have I ever played I'm Scared? And if not, do you ever plan to? I have never heard of it. Come on now. There'll be a catch spot here. Come on. Where is it? I think I'm stuck, actually. Bummer! Alright. Well, let's see. Let's go over to Roxy. Yeah? Yeah, Markiplier's take on the special thanks, where he says, it shows DJ Sturf, and he's like, and nobody else. It is kind of just randomly there. I mean, it's probably because I wasn't part of the studio. You know, the thing is, they didn't add that until very, 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 very late in the game. And I can understand why, because I wasn't in there for a majority of the project, but, yeah. If they didn't put me in the credits or something like that, I would have been tempted to just, like, completely obliterate and show all the skips and all that, like, right off the bat. But anyway, they were good to work with. But sometimes I feel like maybe some of them are allergic to meetings. It's like, that would have solved a lot of the problems, too. But anyway. But they put in a lot of work fixing stuff, so kind of highlight all the positives. Have I ever heard of the wet floor bots deactivating themselves, or at least appearing to have? If you load in an area, it just, if I load in chapter 2, alright, and I've already deactivated it on this save, it'll go through a period where it loads in all the wet floor bots, but then after a while it cycles through, and then it gets to the point where it loads in the status of all those wet floor bots. So if I start from chapter 2 and I look over immediately, you can see the wet floor bot active and then deactivate, which is maybe a little bit jarring. That's probably the most dramatic example of that, because also Bonnie Bull Security Office, so chapter 7 will do that too. So if I look over to the left here really quick, yeah, see. So I've already deactivated that one, but then I go into AR and it does the same thing, which is interestingly the opposite order of what happens in the game normally, because you got to go into AR to deactivate the wet floor bots, and then that's it. For a while, this didn't have deactivate as the action; it just had the generic, like, item collect or whatever. So I was like, what am I doing? So it's, yeah. The debug menu that people actually have access to would suggest that may have been an initial intent to, let me see if I can get through the green wall. Used to be able to just glitch right through this over to the other side. I don't think you can anymore, but maybe. So there was a cloud that you could jump through here and then just go around. That's been blocked off pretty well. So if you find those skips, don't say DJ Sturf sent you, because I want you to find these things on your own. Alright.
Where are you?
I'm in daycare. Is there a way out of here?
Get to the daycare theater. There's a way.
Alright, let's see. Have you ever heard of wet floor bots deactivating themselves, or at least appearing to have, but also on the ones you have never deactivated? That should not happen. We must collect the staff bot. Yeah, collect the wet floor bot, or the caution bot.
Should help you get to the raceway.
See, this is the thing too. Those bots had different names in various spots. So, like if you go to F model and data mine it or whatever, you'll see caution bot, you'll see hazard bot, and you'll see wet floor as a texture. So being referred to as a wet floor bot, that's what I've referred to them as. I mean, Daco refers to them as Pat as well. So we got nicknames for the wet floor bots or caution bots, but I think most accurately they're under the folder hazard bot, but they're also referred to directly as caution bot. So I think all of those are probably acceptable. You just got to get Steelwool to put in Pat somewhere, and then that could be an official canon name of some sort as well. But yep. Okay, Roxy. It happened to Ambience. He was trying to deactivate all of them, and some that he hadn't found before were already deactivated. Yeah, that should not happen. Let's see. Glow. How far back? Okay. There's for sure an order things need to end on, considering if you forgot a wet floor bot, the one you missed will be permanent deactivated even if you never saw it. Huh, really? That's interesting. So that may be something that Ambience found as well. There may be some piece of code in there that, if that's happening, that could explain why that happened too. Yeah, and the and then happy Fazbear birthday, something. That one with the Freddy one, yeah, that is canon. So you are correct, Queemy Boy. The thing is, Queemy Boy too, I had to play dumb on some of the stuff with my interview because I couldn't leak some stuff. So that some of the interview that you had with me as well was in me hiding some of the details. So that's just a little bit of context now that it's known that I worked on Ruin. Let's go over to chapter 6. Chapter 6, going to Roxy Raceway. Well, I didn't leak anything, so I did pretty well. I can't leak other stuff too. Oh man. I can't leak stuff. I'm not like a Ziploc bag that you put in the freezer.
Gregory, I made it to the raceway. Are you okay?
She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know.
I might be able to get a signal if I head deeper into the raceway.
How does it feel getting deactivated? Like that? Yeah? That's pretty cool. I mean, I would still classify that as a bug right there. I don't think that should exist. But alas, it is still in the game. This used to be a funny area too, because you could just like run through here, and then there were some tires here that you could get soft lock behind. That got fixed real quick though. Over here, you got the liquid nitrogen tanks and the propane tanks and all that. And you used to be able to clip through the propane tank and run behind here and get behind here. But you could just run out the same way, so that wasn't as much of a problem. Also, I was playing a little bit dumb on the extended walkthrough as well. I don't see Monty's cart at all anywhere past chapter 5, which would suggest to me that Monty is dead, like for good. Like they just don't even acknowledge him anymore. There's no cart. There's not even a cart.
Do you need assistance?
No, don't give me that. Cassie, is that you? Is that you?
Shh! Be quiet.
Come on, let me pick this up. 5:15 a.m. I want to be able to save again. Now, the autosaves were awesome on this one. I was glad that was a decision there. Yeah. Was that because he had to use the chapter select to go back and get a wet floor sign that he missed? It's possible. Yeah, the rumor is you have to get the 27th wet floor sign in Bonnie Bowl the first time there. That's quite possible. I think that's a good likelihood. The thing is, I don't have access to the code. If I did, I would have been able to tell that right away, and that's one thing with the process. Like, I would have loved to be able to see what was going on. That's where I operate best. White box testing, where I can actually have access to the code and see, what's up. So if I find a bug, I can go in and be like, okay, well, what's going on here? All right, well, there's a logic error, and that's it. But if you see a Monty cart anywhere here, it'll be number 3. Because Roxy's always number 1. Just like in the base game. But Cassie is number 1 twice. What is my favorite Easter egg in the DLC? The Chapter 9 display where the plush have various defects, and that explains what happened with each one. So Roxy, if you jumped right about here with any sort of momentum, you used to get jump scared. So I think that's pretty well blocked off now. You can also see through this metal if you see through the gap, so that's still a thing. But if you go past this threshold right here, the hitbox is so huge on Roxy that you get jump scared. If you go, like if Roxy goes there, and then you go 15 feet behind her, you still get jump scared. There's no reason for that to happen here because you can't proceed normally without having Roxy there. And I didn't even need to do that.
Hey, that's my voice.
No, it's not Cassie. That's Gregory's voice. That's another thing. The whole Cassie's voice thing. That was a pretty recent bug. That didn't used to be a thing. But now Cassie will say, hey, that's my voice. And that whole ordeal, the first time you go into a cam station with an intercom. So that didn't used to be a thing. You can get soft locked right here. Thankfully, there's an autosaver before it, but you can just jump over here. You get soft locked like crazy. It used to be that the worlds were aligned just far enough apart that you could get out of here by a mask flip. So that was kind of the workaround, but that can soft lock you. This one is your secret comic page.
Gregory,
Oh, this used to be a doozy here too.
you can't.
They're talking about Roxy issues.
She hasn't found him yet.
When you went through
I better
here,
find him first.
there didn't used to be an item in here, but you used to be able to flip your mask here. Now you can't. But you would clip through the entire metal wall, and if Roxy hadn't spawned in yet, you could just run through without Roxy having been there. Now it's a little bit different. Now she's over here. But if she's over here, alright, and you run toward the edge, you're risking it. Unfortunately, I didn't get a jump scare there. But the jump scare box is huge here. There's really no need again. Was there anything else about Roxy that was pretty notable? Yeah, with the forklift. Chapter 9. Let's pull her over to 3. And then 4. This used to be an alternating AR and normal world puzzle, which I liked better actually, but they changed it to just AR only. So here you had to flip back to AR and then use the camera and then pull her over here. And there wasn't a way that you could do that before. You had to swap between normal and AR. I thought that was a really cool puzzle. I wish there were a third puzzle where you had to do that, because that was a really nice puzzle. It was a little tougher to figure out than the rest, and that's one thing I appreciated about it. But then they took it out, so I don't know. I think they figured it was too complicated. So the difficulty on this was cranked all the way down. Exception would be Chica's feeding frenzy, but that's not hard. Especially not now. It used to be that the sausage weapon. What did it used to be? It used to be like fluorescent blue, but I think it still was a sausage. That item or whatever, the hitbox just was not working. So you'd get that item and you just couldn't use it. But they updated that so it actually collides now. So it's a whole lot more doable now. It used to be very, very tough, but now it's maybe I'd say it's like a 3.5 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. Chica's feeding frenzy. That's like one of the hardest parts of the game. You got a 5 on Monty Golf with a weird glitch. I've gotten 1 on it. Want to see a 1 on Gator Golf? I can show you. It is very easy to glitch right now as it is. I did that on one of the extended walkthrough playthroughs as well. You used to be able to jump over this right here. There's a cutscene box right here, basically. Wish I could run through there. Used to be able to climb here and just jump back and just chill out with the go-kart here, but you used to be able to jump over that threshold, and then over here, you would run into the side of the go-kart and you get soft-locked inside the go-kart. Like you'd be facing the go-kart here, and you couldn't move, and you had to restart from the last autosave or whatnot. So you note here 1, 2, and 4. There's no 3 anymore. There's no Monty. So I think that's kind of an allusion to Monty's just gone at this point. Anything else? Yeah. Let me try this. See if I can get this soft lock. And the first time through Chica's Feeding Frenzy is going to be more difficult than, let's say, I've been playing it for 2.5 months and and had it down to a science. So there's that too. I tend to play at a pretty high level on stuff, but that also gives me an advantage. Let me see if I can do this at just the right time. Okay, I can't flip the mask anymore. Ah! Oh, you wisened up! Wow! Alright, so that part actually is preventable. You used to be able to mask flip right at the edge and it would soft lock you. And sometimes it would load in an area, or it would show you a deloaded area. You could just jump right through and fall to your death. That was not good either. But if you face this way and kind of back in, it's a little jarring. But let me actually do this. I'm gonna walk through this way. Yeah. It's not too bad actually. I error. I think therefore I error.
Gregory! I'm in Roxy Racers. Say something!
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What happened here?
Let's see.
It looks like the whole place fell in.
Something tunneled out. Broke everything. Now I'm stuck here.
I really think I need to go get help. Or call the police.
What?
Right after you finish chapter 6? Cassie. Yeah, oh.
Fine. Am I even close?
Yeah, there we go. Oh,
Where
yeah.
are you?
Oh, yeah, look at this. No
Place
clip,
is
no clip.
huge.
Down there. Sinkhole under the raceway.
Yes.
Under the raceway. Help me. How do I get down there?
That area is on security lockdown. This is very easy to get out of, but you're going to glitch through the wall. So if you do this. Oh, well, they change it. Oh, they might have. So now it's really tough to get out of. Lovely. Oh, that's silly. Let's see if I can get out of here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you can still get out of there. But you used to be able to mask flip and just get out of there. So that's no clip is canon. Yeah, it's in the game. I mean, EA Sports. It's in the game. You used to be able to jump up here. I think you can still do this in AR mode. Yeah, here you go. And then you can flip the mask and... No. I'm pretty sure you can still get back up here. Maybe it has to be the exact right spot. Okay. No, doesn't like that. This part was fixed right here. Sometimes it would deload so much stuff. I think it was deloading everything, and it was just throwing a null reference exception, so it would crash every time you looked up here. But you go up to Bonnie Bowl, you climb down the ladder, come back down, and then look up here, and then it'd just be like you had to go to Task Manager. What? Control Shift Escape, right? Launch Task Manager. Some of the ladders are a little wonky at the top too, like you can go up most of the way and just kind of fall back down, so. And Bonnie Bowl. But are there any other issues with Roxy? Yeah, in Chapter 9, There were a lot of issues with the dialogue on Roxy. Like the lip sync was not aligned at all for a while. So like Roxy would be like mouthing nothing, and then later on you'd hear the words like way after. It was like a bad film, like a badly dubbed film. And then there used to be no collision at all, where you could like visibly clip through Roxy as well. The forklift, you could look through the front of the forklift up front as well, so that got remedied. You used to be able to jump up the wall right next to Roxy and then go kind of crazy with getting all sorts of places. That was back when the staircase was accessible, and then you could do. That was a Wild West. I sent in something like a 17-minute clip of that staircase and everything that it was leading to. You could glitch all the way from where you approach the staircase to Chapter 9. It would warp you to Chapter 9 by falling onto one platform via that staircase. So there's probably still that. What's up, Pat Lily? Yeah, been a while. All right, let me catch up with chat. Caleb, yeah, have a good night. We'll finish the stream in, let's say, 10 minutes. I'll show you the Gator Golf skip. How about that? The boost's supposed to be crazy powerful in Chica's feeding frenzy. Yes, you are invincible while you are boosting. It's very... And you can boost in place, too. You just keep clicking the right mouse button, and you give yourself a major advantage. You can boost through and destroy the orange ships as well, like the triangular thingies or whatever. So, yeah, boost is super overpowered. I think movement should be required for boost, but it's not. So you can stand still and you can be invincible for as long as you're boosting. It's not forever, but you got about 50% of the time that you can be invincible. As well if you get the cupcake. Let's see, that's insane. Yes. The way Roxy just lets go when Cassie asks her to let go. If only Gregory had thought of that. Yeah, Gregory weren't so obnoxious and, take her eyes and mess up her face too. I think there's probably that element too. Is Gregory went right for the heart of the animatronics. Like, he was pretty brutal with that. Let's see. When will FNaF enter the multiverse? We kind of have one sort of with the AR, I guess, but not the same thing. FNaF versus Transformers, yeah. Put them in the Marvel Capcom. Or not Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Capcom Universe. Yeah, that's different. How am I doing? Yes, I'm doing well. FNaF 14, Multiverse of Madness. You could have all these roads collide. One thing that I mentioned and I kind of hinted at through these walkthroughs as well is the drawings that Gregory has. If you remember from Into the Pit, I think it's Into the Pit, where the main character, what is it, Oswald, has drawings, but they're like prophetic and they will happen. That's something that I think that's kind of a throwback to with the drawings, and that the only we don't have is Princess Quest, but we may see those other endings if there are future installments, and that would kind of be a what if, but that would be like almost a string theory, almost like branching realities type of scenario if that actually happens. So for example, if the escape ending were canon and one DLC covers that, so what if Gregory escapes and is then approached by Vanny in a cardboard box? What then? So yeah, are there going to be other characters? I'm not sure. Is this going to be it? That's very possible too. I don't know. I don't have any visibility into that, so that's me not hiding anything at all. Hey Sturf, I love your content. What is one thing you're looking forward to seeing in Help Wanted 2? More of the minigame style gameplay, that type of thing. Yeah. That would be cool. And there's going to be more story development, I'm quite sure. I think it's going to be much more lore heavy than the first one, which kind of throws back to the base Five Nights at Freddy's, the original based Five Nights at Freddy's. I really hope that Help Wanted 2 is good. Yes, I agree. Pat Lily, have a good night. Yep. Awesome seeing you too. And Bonnie Bull, some of the mini music mans, some of the DJ mini music men would still be activated and jump scare you out of nowhere after deactivating some of the nodes when they're supposed to be deactivated. You might also be running into a Guardian, but there were some issues. If you're on one spot in particular in front of that bowling pin node, there seems to be a default spawn-in point, so if you reload from a continue there, you can get jump scared by basically them spawning in AR mode on top of you at just the wrong moment. And like, there's no logic to prevent that. So there was that issue. I don't know if that's fixed or not, but that was pretty late in the game when I found that too. But I'm not surprised to hear that. Not at all. Thanks, Egg the Gamer. Matt Pat needs to get working on that theory. I agree. His theory of Gerard being on the wall instead of DJ Sturf. Oh man. Maybe we'll hang out one day. We were supposed to. FNaF What If comics coming up. Yeah. You have the multi-possible verse there. Let's see. Is Cassie a robot, yes or no? I think she has kind of a little transponder in her now, so there's a little bit of an element of that. I don't think her natural state is robot, though. I'd like FNaF to do what if type scenarios, but you wouldn't want it for security breach. Yeah. Interesting. Security, let's see, SL breaker room. Oh, it's a sister location breaker room would go hard in VR. Yeah, that would. And some of those games, like actually crossing the hallway with Ballora, if you could actually trace her location, that would actually be a pretty cool mini game. Contrasting that with Lolbit / Funtime Foxy, where you just flash. But if you could actually see some kind of marker or some sort of reflection, so you could actually chart your path, so it's like a cat and mouse type of game, that would be really cool. But we'll see. Night 4 in VR, I'm hoping that's not broken. Yeah, I'm hoping that's not broken. Yep. Is there anything from Five Nights at Freddy's 4 or beyond that I would like? That'd be funny if they had Five Nights at Freddy's World content in Help Wanted 2, but I'm guessing that probably won't ever happen. That would be kind of fun. If you had, like, what was it, a Foxy Fighters? If you had that in VR, that would be pretty cool. You had Soul Dozer, big Soul Dozer boss in VR. That would be sick. Now, that would be really cool, actually. You could fly through in three dimensions. That would be legit. That would actually be legit. Chica's Magic Rainbow in VR. That would be something. All right, let's see. Salvage thing would be interesting. Yeah, VR salvage for sure. Yeah, and if you look down, something would respond, and then maybe advance a little bit. But that would be really cool too. Yeah, you are correct. The thing I would be tempted to do is look down, but then like look all the way up with my eyes, just to be like, yeah, sure, I'm looking down, but actually be looking up and be like, ha, gotcha, got him. Was there not a thing with Cassie's shoes being the same with the image darkened in the Ruin teaser? Yeah, there were some things that I think were definitely changed from the Ruin teaser, so that may be something. Let's see. Security breach VR would be so resource intensive, that would be crazy, but that would actually be really cool if they did small rooms at a time or something. I mean, I'd be down for it. You think it'd be cool if there were a minigame tab in Help Wanted 2 with Pizza Flex minigames? Like, oh yeah, yeah. If you had the entire arcade, that would be really cool. You play Fruit Punch Clown, Lemonade Clown, Midnight Motorist. That would be kind of cool. Map and Ruin seems not to make sense in some places. I agree. It's, for example, going from the daycare theater up to the Monty Golf catwalks by falling down a vent. Do you have any thoughts on that? I agree. There are 3 levels of they're two separate levels of catwalks. Lower level is the Monty boss area. Upper area is where we go in chapter 3. But there were issues during that ride-in that sometimes I think it happened twice, like ever, maybe 3 times. Yeah, it was very rare, but it would load me on the wrong plane. I think because it tried to load me in AR. Yeah, because I think it was because I flipped the mask at just the right point, and then yeah, it spawned me in the Monty boss area. So there was no platform under me. There was nothing there, and I would just spawn in. I couldn't move anywhere, so I was soft locked. But I was looking at the Hurricane Hole-in-One and the prize bucket or whatever. So that used to be a thing. So if that helps with the layout, that might be at least somewhat helpful. But it doesn't make full sense with everything that was. So either the layout had changed, maybe they changed where some things were, maybe they got rid of Major Size completely. and turn that into a catwalks area. I don't know, but that's just, there were some things that were definitely changed. Also, Vanny's room is not where it was before with respect to Bonnie Bowl. And I know that because we used to be able to glitch into Vanny's room from Bonnie Bowl. Yeah, that is a lot of content for sure. I don't know if there won't be a third one if they're going through all the content to redo it. I'm not sure they're going to do all the other stuff. Like if they have Ultimate Custom Night VR, like an official one. The one that I played was pretty cool. I need to go back to that one and play a few other things, but that's been a while. Hey Seuss, thank you so much for the let's see, what is let's see. Let me get this right. The dollar sign is still used for peso, right? So the Mexican peso, correct? Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. I think that is correct. And if I'm not, you can post that in the chat. It's been quite a while. I haven't done much Forex trading either, so I'm not the most educated on all the currencies, but I know some. All right, let's see. What? Oh yeah, Gator Golf. All right, let me go back to Gator Golf. Jesus is a real one. Jesus is a real one too, in another way. All right, here we go. Let's go to profile 2. I'm gonna go to Gator Golf, but I'll show you how to get 1 on the course. I might actually be able to get 0 on the course, but I've not gotten that to work and not skipped the hole. I'm just gonna tap. Let me go to the cabinet. I'll show you real time.
What's that
supposed to be? That's a cam station, dummy. Alright. So I'm gonna tap left, right. That takes care of 2 of them. Do the same thing, left, right. 2 more. 1, 2. It's gonna be zeros. Problem is now I can't do that on 9 if I had done that because it's just gonna deload everything. Oh, never mind, I did it! Oh, but it sent me back to 8, right? Well, I got a 0 on the course. Yeah, I got 0 on the course, but I'm gonna have to redo it. I gotta go through hole 9 to get through it. So you see 0 now, it's gonna be 1. Cool camera, bro. Whoa, action cam! So we're replaced with a 1. There's a 1 on the course. How did I find that? Just messing around with buttons. Oh, man. So that's a 0 / redone for 1, but you have to... Let me think of a different configuration for that. So what if... Let's see, how would I do that? So I got to do that with 9. I wonder... Okay, so if I do this... Right, left. That might be it. That might be it. That might be it. Come on. Hey, I did it! 0 strokes. Yeah. All right, I did it. Yeah, 0 strokes. 26 under par. Boy, I'm a golfing legend. I'm like glam rock Tiger Woods. All right, so that was 0. GG. Easy clap. No re. Well, that was easier than I thought, actually. I stressed over that so much. All right. Yes, I'm using quantum tunneling right now in Ruin. Throwing a third positive cork charge to get there. Oh my goodness. Look at how chill he looks. We never see this Monty. I want to see this Monty. Before the series is over, I want to see, like, chill Monty. Like, Southern hospitality Monty. It could be a different skin or something. But all these chill pictures or whatever, and it's nothing like that in the game. Alright. So let's see, if I do that, let me try one more combination here. So if I go to 2 first, right? Left, right. Monty went from chill to monster to bad dog. Yeah. What do I think about pre-Mohawk Monty? It seems like a manufactured Monty for sure. It did give me 9. Ah. So that's getting 8 of them at 0. I'm just thinking of what combination I'd have to do to have 9. I don't know, because that relies on an even number glitch, basically. They should get rid of the debug commands. That would fix that. How am I changing? Golf holes left and right. That's still in the game. The main debug menu isn't, so you can't change gravity settings or strength or meter or whatever, but you can definitely go to and from. It used to be the bracket keys in the original game. That was left in the game for quite a while. And the debug menu was also left in, but this one. Debug menu was taken out, but you still can navigate between holes. So, oh, catch spot. Oh. This used to be a major problem right here. Anyway, I do have to get to work tomorrow as well. So let's call that a stream. Does Monty have rabies, maybe? Do you think Baby is possessing Roxy with how many baby references there are in the DLC? I don't know. That might be a little more of a stretch, but I'm not sure on any official what will be the plot, or what will be revealed or whatever. But all right. So that's it. Thanks for being here, everyone. That's just kind of a fun little stream. I'll have to figure out hole 1 on how to get that without glitching and such, but yes. Am I canon in Five Nights at Freddy's? I guess I'm one of the employees of the month. I'm Wallboy Afton, Wallboi. I guess I don't have an IMDb page for Wallboy Afton, but it's definitely spelled Wallboi. But anyway, yeah, y'all have a good night. I'll be posting some more videos pretty soon here, but a lot of this stuff, man, I spent so much time, yeah, so I wasn't going to make YouTube videos there. I would have burned myself right out. So I apologize for the break. I feel like Timbaland, it's been a long time. I should have left you without a dope beat to step to, so give you some more dope videos here soon. How about that? Good night, Wallboy Afton. Thank you. Thank you, Butters. Y'all have a good night. All right, peace. God bless you, and I'll check you next time. Yeah. Oh, man. And if there's anything I can improve about this stream, let me know too. And this is kind of chill and all that, but if like audio levels or whatever, air conditioner is still on right now, so it's nice and cool in my room, which means I can go to sleep. But it gets hot in my room. If you noticed from that extended walkthrough, it got up to 90 degrees in my room, so I showed that. It was just, oh yeah, it was crazy. It just heats up in my room like crazy. I have the worst room in the house. Might need to change that. I don't even know. DJ Surf buys a house 2023 house reveal video. I don't have that much expendable income that I want to throw out, I guess, but anyway. Alright, the end. Yeah, room is a FNaF 6 office. Yes, you are correct. It's going to say passed out at any point and like turn red, passed out, 120 degrees. And I wouldn't, like, that's not even sauna temperature though. Like, that is not a very good night guard. You get the sauna up to like 180 degrees and that's pretty hot, but yeah. Alright, till next time. But expect some cool videos soon. I got some really cool ideas, just giving you a heads up, and they will be cool. Whether people watch them or not, I don't know. It's just, yeah, just whatever. I gotta have like hit after hit after hit, and then upload regularly and that type of thing. Maybe I'll make another channel for shorts or something, but anyway. Everyone, thanks for being here. The end. See ya.